diggity, diggity dog. Breaking, diggity, diggity dog.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back on the air. Thank you very much for tuning in to this edition of the New Class Wrestling Academy. We just had ourselves moments ago, we had the Tag Team League Challenge. Now we're having the Women's League Challenge. Rick, any thoughts going into this matchup? Well, I guess you can say that I'm just very impressed at the talent that we have here in the women's division for the New Class Wrestling Alliance. Wrestling Academy, excuse me. The Alliance, the Academy. Damn it, I don't know why I'm saying Alliance. You know why? Because you're saying New Class Wrestling. You really want to say Wrestling Alliance, like the National Wrestling Alliance. Honest mistake, Rick. I mean, you're only human, right? So, yes, fans, this is the New Class Wrestling Academy, as opposed to the Alliance. Fans, during the tag team match, unfortunately, there was zero commentary. But I promise you, from this moment for the rest of the show, we will be having ourselves commentary. You know, we want to talk about the action. We want to talk about the 18 years for an actual world champion, and now a chance to finally see that happen. Nice roll up right there. Cool Girl by Cassandra onto Baby Beverly. Beautiful snap suplex right there. And we're going to be seeing a lot of seesaw, back and forth wrestling action here winner tonight. It's Women's League Challenge. Care to remind the fans, Winger, exactly how this league challenge works? Yes, certainly. So this is essentially an idea that stems from WCW NWO World Tour for the N64. There is a mode where you can do a league. There's League Challenge, essentially that's the story mode. For lock wrestlers, you know, like Randy Savage, Dynamite Page, Wrath, Glacier, Joe Luther, and Black Widow. But also there's a league where you can have 8 tag teams or 8 singles competitors, varying on what you want. But since this is the New Class Wrestling Academy, I want to be a bit creative, yet using some of the vintage qualities that previous wrestling games have. This is exactly what it is, fans. This is a league challenge. Makes more sense to call it a league challenge because you're competing against the very best. It's a challenge no matter what the cause is, no matter what the case is, or what's at stake exactly. In this case here we had tag team division. All the best tag teams put together, competing for the possibility of winning the inaugural NCWA World Tag Team Championship belts. It all varies. If you win all your matches, you should be earning yourself 21 points. The chance of that happening, fans, is very, very slim. It's, you know, you're bound to lose a match, but you never know. Rick, you never know what could ever happen. I mean, you could be undefeated all we know. Oh, beautiful 450 splash, and it almost got Cassandra. Sensational high-risk maneuver from Baby Beverly. Well, I don't believe I've ever seen anything quite like that done by Baby Beverly. That's the second time we saw a roaring lariat. Another near fall. And Cassandra better get her ABCs checked here. Because if she loses this matchup here, she doesn't earn any points at all. The only way to earn points is by pinfall or submission. But technically, you've got to win the matchup. Because if you don't win the match, you don't earn any points. No points earned. You will not earn any points in the leaderboard. But you will not be able to earn yourself a chance to compete for the women's championship title. And that's also vacant because we're trying to crown every single champion here in the Academy. So far, ladies and gentlemen, tonight we will be crowning our very first ever NCWA World Heavyweight Champion. It's exciting, fans. I am just looking forward to seeing who will make it out on top. Will it be LeVar Winslow, or will it be Kiken Yamada, who's already competed twice before for Fantasy Pro Wrestling. Should be interesting to see how all that will pan out. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, Baby Beverly not doing so well here. Cassandra, I guess, has now seen the light, fans, and has noticed how much is at stake. Every match will lead you with the opportunity to try the next big superstar in the Academy. That is to become champion of any kind of division. Hardcore Women's Light Heavyweight Championship, World Tag Team Championship, and of course, the most prestigious championship title that we are looking forward to tonight. The NCWA World Heavyweight Championship. Amen to that, Rick. My goodness. Your mind, a lot on your mind tonight, eh, Rick? Well, it's a very important night. This is the last show here. We're halfway through the month. I mean, I want to start off 2021 with a bang, Winger. You know what? We're going to end 2020 on a great note here with a new champion. It's a gun. Well, it looks as though that Cassandra right now, fans, busted up Baby Beverly. She is a crimson mask. You can see there's even blood on her chest. Not looking good right now for Baby Beverly. Oh, look at that. Beverly took on the brakes. Cassandra lost her special opportunity. And Beverly, though, did some pretty good moves tonight over Cassandra. Oh, we're going to go for the crab walk. Very silly maneuver, and also very ineffective too. Cassandra is no stranger to Fantasy Pro Wrestling, fans, as she was participating back in 2002, 3, 4, 5, and I think very briefly 6. She left for about a year to come back as part of the Rejects. Finished off completing 1 full year of being part of the Rejects in 2008. Never been shown in Fantasy Pro Wrestling television since. And why is that, Winger? I mean, clearly Cassandra has not skipped a beat. She can still perform at the highest level. The only reason why, Rick, is because of a specific stipulation. 2008, Supercard 2, I believe it was. Jeremy took off Cassandra. And the stakes were simply put, Cassandra loses, she has to leave Fantasy Pro Wrestling forever. It's written. We have documentation. We have a hard copy somewhere in the vault. It's there. But if Cassandra had won, she would have stayed in the company, and she would have possibly brought more rejects to the roster. I'm talking about guys like Mr. Industry, Circus Stacy, Iron Yuppie, the Russian Enforcer, Glenn Danzig, Goldsong McGraw. Hey, anything could happen. Oh, Diamond Dust, Cassandra, and luckily Baby Beverly, who's in dire straits, happened to have a foot on the ropes. And Oklahoma Slam, beautifully done there by Baby Beverly, bringing into action a missile marks the spot. Cassandra, of course, multi-women's champion. Talk about that, Rick. As my memory serves me correctly, yes, Cassandra has been a multi-time women's champion. Her first championship title run, the year 2003. She has defeated all sorts of dazzling divas. Jacqueline, Trish Stratus, Lita, Tori Wilson, Dawn Marie. And that's just the first year. Simply the first year. When she lost championship eventually. Almost a count of three there. Sorry, Rick, but we gotta stick to the action here. Never mind the history lesson. This action is actually impressive. Baby Beverly is fighting a fight of her life. Who knows what could happen? A standing switch. Sure, a bridged suplex, but Cassandra's feet reach the ropes. Those ropes can be your best friend. Or they could be your worst adversary. You never know, it could work at your disadvantage. Your advantage or disadvantage. Beautiful wrestling tonight, fans. I'm telling you right now, the snow is falling. Winter is pretty much here, and we're at the cusp of blood, sweat, and tears. I'm thinking, since we're looking at possibly the future of our business here for Ladies Championship Wrestling, how about the LCW World Championship title? Sweat and tears. Erica Fisher defending the championship against not one, not two, but three opponents, and a special guest referee, Christina Calloway. Should be very entertaining and interesting, Winger. Now you got Diamond Dust, second Diamond Dust by Cassandra. Cassandra is setting up Baby Beverly for a pinfall. Hooks the leg. Referee counts at 2. 3 counts. All she wrote. Ladies and gentlemen, Cassandra earns herself 3 extra points in the Women's League Challenge. Well, we're not gonna get a replay now. I mean, there's no point. The replay has been spent for Cassandra dragging the opponent, Baby Beverly, who is sporting a crimson mask. And I want to watch this match on my own spare time to know exactly how it all went down. How did she bust it up? How did she get busted up wide open like that? I will never know. Look at that. This could the women's portion of the League Challenge. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen, after these commercial breaks. But still to come, though, Rick, and still to come, fans watching at home, the finals of the inaugural World Championship Tournament. Labar, Winslow, and Keegan Yamada. Don't go anywhere, fans. More wrestling action after this.